Tonight, I am going to personally attempt to unite quite a few very powerful forces. We'll see how it goes. Just know that I'm gonna do my best. This Ascent series has been extremely incredible. If this is your first participation in this series and you're just coming in on Tribe Vibes tonight, just know that we built up to this. So if some of this that's coming across, it becomes a little hazy for you, this means that you may have caught a chalet up here, and it'd probably be good to go down to base camp at least after this and take a look at the introduction and write up the degrees so all this makes perfect sense to you. Other than that, just tune your mind into maybe this is science fiction. Get your popcorn together instead of your Palo Santo and your sage, and just really listen to what's coming across, and at minimum you will be entertained. Earth and the cosmos is indeed a strange thing. So when you come to totally realize what it's all about, either one or two things happen. Either everyone looks at you strange, or you enter into God mode, which is basically that there's maybe a certain level of adoration for what you are capable of doing into the space, because it will reflect on who you become. Now, I know that many have been attracted to this message because the mysteries have been so fond on my lips. We have demystified some of the most tough topics in lifetimes. There are people who search for answers to things that we're talking about and demystifying now, and they have went to their graves still looking for those answers, not being able to necessarily find in the physical plane a teacher and an instructor to guide them on how to gain wealth in the astral life. And truly, life is infinite. This is why we always take a moment, we always take an opportunity to open up the space and to touch and agree. And we do that by raising our two hands. And you'll learn today that indeed these are two hammers, as they're called in the ancient times, light hammers. And as we raise these hands, it's the universal symbol of everlasting life on the physical plane. Our ability to continue to come in and out of this space, and whether we get tired of it or not, whether we get interested in it or not, whatever we decide to do, it will still continue. So we always say on this journey, because if a journey is infinite and sometimes you feel like you're getting a little weathered, to remember you always have this space that's open here to receive everything that is needed. And the reason why we can do that is because this is full spectrum. There's a being here from every part of the cosmos, and we're all here in unity, unified in this agreement that all is self. Now, there are many of these spaces open. We never fail to mention them. It is something that we've grown accustomed to because it shows that we are in the know. Now, beyond a show that we're in the know, let's go for a display. My pulling away from YouTube, because as you know, I'm not necessarily in that public space or on Instagram or many of these places, to me is a show that I'm not actually interested in people just hearing me. What I'm interested in is dialing into the space that is going to allow me to speak for all of us. What I've been able to accomplish is attune my vessel to the cosmos so that synchronicities are so strong, it's like you're seeing breadcrumbs all the way through your experience. And when you grow to learn and recognize this language and this code that this space is speaking, you will not only have the ability to be quick, as we're going to be talking deeper tonight about Tahuti or Thoth or Hermes or quite a few other beings, you're going to learn to be quick because you're going to gain the power and the access to move with the flow between both spaces, the world of the living and definitely not the world of the dead, because what they're doing over there could be everything in our minds but being dead. And this is actually makes it very interesting, because our word dead actually equates to that it's over, but the word dead or Djed means that it's actually just began. So we find that in the world that all of the deep mysteries are encrypted for a reason. It sets out an adventure before us, not if we believe in it, but if we believe in ourselves. And as you continue on the adventure and you start to see yourself, it lures you in to coming into the total awareness of who you are rather than forcing that on you. It's an extreme responsibility to know who you are. You have to constantly manage staying in the gap, staying in between those realms rather than in one or the other. Or when you enter into those realms, operating with a formula to be able to know what you're doing, where you're going, and also where you may be leading others. It's an extreme responsibility to step out in front of another being and to tell them where to go in the path. Imagine if someone asked me for directions and I send them the wrong way. So to put on this mantle to actually begin to share the vast levels of knowledge is of extreme importance, and it should be handled with extreme care. I feel that because we are all in this space based on resonance, that somehow, some way, that mantle is passed to all of us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you what is necessary, what you left with me, to make your path clearer. There are many times where we've left messages to others that we know are going to be in lives that we're going to get into, and we're not necessarily going to remember who we are in that life at first, because we don't go with luggage. We don't go with memories. You cannot go through the memories or the pores of reality with other memories. You have to leave those memories there. So you have to be able to reassemble yourself wherever you go. You have to be able to put yourself together. Like, you know, when someone's going crazy, say, put yourself together. And the more rapid you can do that, the more spaces you can reach.
Everything will be okay when I'm on